You know my name, it's Peter Barron. My first name is Thomas. Everybody wants to call me that. So when I'm called that, I know, well, it's a clue that they don't know me very well. Anyway, I'm 76 years old. I have a Bachelor of Science degree. And I have an amateur radio license. Before we moved into the apartment, I used to have a lot of fun with that. So I like doing lots of things. I've made things that are stained glass, and Linda used to say that I could fix anything. Well, I'm not sure about that now. How's that?
Okay, I'm Linda. I'm 73 years old. Peter and I have been married 54 years. So we've been together almost since childhood. My career was in human resources. And both of us retired 20 years ago when Peter first became ill. Peter has a rare autoimmune disease that causes swelling of the brain and destroys brain cells. My experience as a caregiver has been very interesting, partly because Peter's disease was not correctly diagnosed for the first 15 years. So we kept having different diagnoses, which gave us different protocols for what needed to be done and different demands on me in terms of the situations that I was caregiving for. One challenge is that one of Peter's difficulties is that he does not really have a good grasp on his own disabilities. So he hasn't got good insight into what he can and can't do, and he has no sense of time. So in addition to running the household and taking care of any physical needs, I kind of have to manage Peter's life more than he would like. It's been hard for both of us because we were always a team. And I depended on Peter as much as he depended on me. And so having that change has been hard for both of us, the change in the relationship.
I have to depend on Linda now for my memory. And I used to have a very good memory. Traveling, for instance, if I'd been anywhere once, I could do it again. Now I can't. Every time it is new.
I think it's brought us closer together. We spend all our time together, and as you can see, we're not at each other's throats yet. And I think it's brought us closer to our children, who have really stepped up to help.
I always say if we have a problem that we can't solve, I just sick my daughter on it, and they wish they had. She just doesn't give up.
Anyway, so I think that the good things are mostly in our relationship and in finding support in the community. And Community Support Connections is a big part of that. Not only the caregiver program that we've become involved with, but through that I've begun volunteering on the Family Advisory Council, and that has brought a whole lot of new interest and excitement into my life. And I think having that makes me a better caregiver for Peter, having that outside connection.
It gives Linda somebody to talk to and solve the problems to. I don't talk much anymore. And I love it when Linda can find somebody she can sort of let loose and talk.
I have been involved with several different caregiver organizations through the years, and the Community Support Connections Caregiver Program has been far and away the best for me. The people participating in the program have not all got the same issue they're dealing with, and I feel that it's a relationship that to some extent goes both ways. I don't feel like I'm being given support. I feel like I'm talking to a friend, and I felt that way in the group too, that we were friends helping each other, and that was very special about this particular group. The first one is to recognize that you're in it for the long haul, and don't try to be perfect. Don't try to get everything right. Be easy on yourself and accept. One of the hardest things for me to accept has been that I would like to be, obviously, the best caregiver I can be, but I really wasn't cut out for this job in terms of patience and calm and so on. So I would say that one of the words of wisdom is accept yourself the way you are and do the best you can, and don't be too hard on yourself when you fall down. As Peter says, when I get extremely frustrated. The other one is cultivate your medical support. Make friends with not just the medical people, but their support staff that give you access to them. Be persistent in following things up and making sure things get followed up, but all the time making sure you keep that relationship positive. I absolutely would, and I would go beyond that and say that I was participating in another group in which I met another caregiver who was quite desperate, and I actually dragged her to the Community Support Connections caregiver group, and she and I have remained friendly and in touch. One of the things I like about this group as opposed to some of the others is that it focuses on the caregiver, not the disease or the disability. So instead of talking about stroke or mental illness or dementia or whatever, it's focused on the actual caregiver, because the people receiving care have a variety of disabilities, and I think that is a very positive thing, that it very much focuses on the caregiver and not on caring for someone with that disease.